What's up, YouTube? I got all the old Fords pulled out today. I was going to do a little walk around video on the difference between the Bullnose, OBS, F-150, and a Bronco. We got all three motors here. We got the 302, the straight 6, and then over there, the 5.8. So let's turn the camera around and check them out. All right, if you're new to the channel, these are my three latest builds. Well, actually this Bullnose is one of my original builds, but I still got it because this is my personal truck that I'm gonna keep for a long time. The Bronco is my wife's, and the short bed OBS right there is the current project vehicle, and I almost got it wrapped up, and then she'll be up for sale. Do a little walk around here. This is a 86 F-150 two-wheel drive with a 5-liter small block Ford, however you like to say it. It's on 16 by 10s, and I believe these are 235 60 R16 wheels. I get that question a lot. What setup am I running? It's a really old school setup. Small rims, but wide. I really like the stance. It's got 3-inch drop coils in the front, and I got a flip kit in the rear, and hangers set on 1 inch. And honestly, it actually does sit an inch lower in the rear. So at some point, I'm either gonna drop the front more or take those hangers out and get it set and level. But they're all pretty dirty right now. I pulled them out because it's wash day. We're gonna wash the boat, the green truck, all three of these, and the wife's car. So maybe even pull out the Harleys. I know they got tons of pollen on them. Anyways, let's mosey on over and check out the interior on this old girl. Pretty good shape for 86. Whoever owned this truck before me took fairly good care of her. She must have been in a garage or something, because we got zero rust on this baby. Cab corners, bottom of the bed, floor pans, fenders, everything, roof is rust free. She does got some dents and dings and scratches in her, but this is a solid truck for being an 86. You won't find many original, never messed with 86s that are rust free nowadays. Usually all of them are gonna start having some rust by now. I put a roll pan on it. As you can see, they like to do some burnouts with her. I did put a dash pad in it. That's a few videos back on the channel. Actually, there's a lot of videos on this truck, so if you're a Bullnose guy, go check out my Bullnose playlist. But I got plans to drop a 4-speed in her. It's got 456 gears in the rear end, and we're gonna throw some GT40 heads and a cam on this old 302 and see what she can't do on the old 8th mile. This is a 96 OBS, or some guys call them Aeronoses. This is a Bullnose. In between these two would be a brick nose. I'm wanting to get one of those in black, of course, and then I'll have the whole trifecta here as far as the generations. But this is a really solid truck, rust free as well, but the paint's got a little fade on her. She's got little dings and scratches on her. It's a 96 though, so for what I paid for her, she was well worth the money. You know, on this channel, we buy everything cheap. The seat actually doesn't have any rips or tears in it. It's just got a few stains on it. But for selling purposes, I threw this seat cover on there just to make it look a little more appealing. But I did take photos of the seat before just to show the people that it's not ripped up or torn. But it's got the sweet 5-speed in it. This does have the straight 6 motor. It is basically a tractor motor, or basically like a Cummins diesel, straight 6. It's an awesome motor. You can't kill them. I was actually at a Ford dealership. Excuse me, I was actually at a Dodge dealership talking to one of the salesmen, and they said during Cash for Clunkers, when Obama was giving everybody money to come bring in their old gas guzzlers, they would pour liquid glass in the radiators of all the cars people were trading in, and they'd have to let them run out there in the parking lot till the motor seized. And he said that these old Ford straight 6s would outlast every car out there on that lot by half an hour at least. He said they were almost indestructible. So if you're in the market for a good, old, reliable truck, straight 6 and a 5-speed, you can't go wrong. It's gonna last you forever if you're good with clutches. You burn up the clutch, then you might have a little work. This is my wife's 92 Bronco. Pretty clean interior on it for being a 92. I did swap a bench seat in there because the original Eddie Bauer seats were pretty torn up, and the wife liked the bench seat. Got the bench seat in the back for the kiddos. Lots of room for everybody up front. Still got the original radio that works. All the windows work. The rear window works. I went through this truck and really got it up in tip-top shape. It's got a new fuel pump, new shift solenoids in the transmission, new gauge cluster, all kinds of new stuff. But wanted to make sure it was nice and safe for the wife. Got some old dirty wheels here, but we got those for her for Christmas. Some 33 1250 R22s. They are Weld wheels. If you're familiar with Weld, which I'm sure all you old school guys are, and you new racing guys, Weld's top of the line when it comes to wheels. We got a 2017 F-150 bumper swap on it. Put some clear headlights in it and a new grille. And it does have a leveling kit. Well, I shouldn't say leveling kit. I put leveling coils in it instead of the leveling pucks. You put new coils in it, it rides a lot better. But that truck has the 5.8 in it. And out of the three, you can definitely tell the old 5.8 does have the most power. I'm not sure of the gear ratio in this truck. I haven't looked it up, but I'm gonna assume it's probably at least 373s, with it being a 4x4 Eddie Bauer. Could be wrong, but I'm gonna say they're at least 373s, maybe 356s or something like that. But probably it's a taller gear. But it is a very quick truck for just being bone stock. The 302, it's got a a Wyand intake and Edelbrock 4-barrel carb and some other modifications. We got the 456 gears in it. This truck is fairly quick for not having too much motor work done to it, but versus bone stock 5.8, 5.8 is pretty peppy. I'd say right now they're pretty close to about the same. You know, if you were to race them, obviously the 456 gears and this one is going to take off the line much quicker. This one's going to have more top end, but solid motor. Can't go wrong with the 5.8. Can't go wrong with the straight six. Can't go wrong with the 302. These motors and these trucks are some of the best trucks ever made. A lot of people will say these, basically, I mean, the Broncos included, but these are considered the toughest trucks ever made. Ford did a really good job. Everything on these trucks is stupid simple. So, you know, if it does break, it's easy to fix. It's cheap. There's a million parts for these trucks out here. I do love C10s as well, but these trucks, I can pick these up for next to nothing, fix them up, sell them, turn a profit. Everybody loves them. You get thumbs up everywhere you go. And I don't know what it is about these trucks, but they do not rust as bad as, say, a square body Chevy or, you know, a C10. Well, I'd say 89 and back Silverados. For some reason, I don't know what Chevrolet did from 89 and up, or maybe it's 88 and up. I don't know if they, you know, switched to a different type of sheet metal. Those ones don't seem to rust out as bad, but your square body Chevys, your 87 and back, every one of those I go look at and try to buy are always rusted out. I don't know why. So early on in my car flipping, rebuilding, whatever you want to call it, career, I learned there was less body work to pick up these old Fords. So if you're in a market and you're trying to decide between an old Ford and a C10 or, you know, a square body, I would go with the Ford. It's going to be cheaper. It's probably going to be, you know, body wise, a lot better shape. Your 89 and up C1500s, Silverados, Sierras, they're pretty solid trucks. I'm really fond of those. That was actually one of my first trucks, was a 96 C1500. So those are solid trucks, especially if you get one of the Vortec motors. They got a lot of power, and it's a very iconic truck. But these old Fords are coming up in value quick, so if you see one, get your hands on it. If you can afford it, stash it away. It's going to go up in value, guaranteed. Right now, you can still pick these trucks up for, definitely you can get a nice one for, you know, less than 10K. Get a pretty decent one for 5K. And then you can go pick up, you know, a good project truck for $1,500, $2,500 and build it in your garage to how you want it. But anyways, guys, hope this video was informative. Hope it kind of gave you some ideas if you're thinking about building one of these. Maybe you want to go with a Bull. You know, I'm fond of the Bulls. I like that old square headlight and the interior. I really liked the interior back then. Everything was real square. The OBSs look great. Bronco is my absolute favorite. I mean, it's a Bronco, you know. You don't get no better. But the only one I'm missing is the brick nose. And sorry to all you brick nose guys, but those are probably the least desirable generation. They just didn't have that appealing of a front end. I like the interiors on them. They have a pretty sweet interior. That's next to the Bull. It's neck and neck. It's a really cool interior. I like how they did those back then. But anyways, thanks for checking out the channel, guys. Thanks for watching this video. If you stuck around this long, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Help us out, help the channel grow. Go check out all the other Ford content, Harley content, car shows, drag racing, burnout contests, you name it, we got it on here. So I'll catch y'all on the next video. Thanks for watching again. Peace.